Devraj, everything is done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So can you make me the host of this meeting?
Yes, sir. हो गया.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you, Devraj. Okay. Hi everyone. Good evening. Actually, it's morning here in USA. So today, what I'm going to do, I will interact with different mentors from different countries. So we have Harish sir from Ireland, Sanyam sir from Norway. We have Nikita ma'am. She's in USA right now. We have Saurabh sir. He's in NTU Singapore. So we will interact with all of them. And yeah, I'm just waiting for others to join the meeting. So let's wait for a few minutes. Okay. Uh, okay, I think it's 7 p.m. So now we can start. Nikita ma'am already joined. So hi Nikita, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you?
Good Nikita. I think your voice is little bit low. Can you turn on your volume little bit?
Yeah, sure.
Hmm. And Sayam sir also joined. Hi Sayam sir.
Hi, sir.
Hmm. I am waiting for Harish sir and I'm waiting for Saurabh sir. Saurabh sir already joined, I think. So we can start the discussion. So how we are going to start this one? So I will let you speak little bit about admissions in your particular country. So for example, Sayam sir, I'll start with you. You can just tell about Norway or Scandinavian countries, how PhD and MS admission is going on, what are the deadlines, what exams you need. So brief introduction about this particular countries. Okay, so can you start, Sayam sir? With you, I'll start. Then we will take the question. If you have any question, you can type in the chat box on Zoom. If you're joining through Zoom, you can just unmute and you can ask the question. So first of all, I will introduce all the mentors with you, and they will tell a little bit about the admission process in the country. So can you start, Sayam sir?
Okay, hi guys. So I'll quickly describe you about the basically I'll first describe you about the scenario how you can actually keep on applying for different programs. So firstly, I guess if you are interested in like higher education, specifically saying about let's say doctorate, so there's one portal here which everyone uses, which is called as Job Norge, and in Norway at least, you should be using that particular portal. So I'm not sure whether people have been using or emailing to the professors right now. But yeah, but the main thing is you should be using your Norgay portal for at least PhD. Like most of the programs are advertised on the same portal. But I have seen that many of the professors been advertising on LinkedIn as well. So that's one case. And for particularly masters, here they have a portal called as FS Web, which actually where you need to register yourself and you can start applying there.
Mm. So, same sir, is there any deadline for PhD and masters?
I cannot see any deadline for masters. At least most of the universities are like that in Norway. At least they don't follow any deadline for PhD, I
Mm.
guess. But
Mm.
it's rolling. It's on the rolling advertisement basis. However, for masters, I guess it's 1st December.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'll come to Hare sir. Hello, Hare sir. First of all, it's a long time I've seen you. So, how's in Ireland? Is it basically winters are started, I think. So, there is any snowfall in Ireland or not yet?
Hello, Rahul sir. Nice to meet you. And no, currently no, but the temperature is dropping significantly these days, and it's crazy. One day it would be around 18, the highest, and the other day it would be 10, the highest.
Okay,
So
okay, okay.
consecutive days, it's really crazy. But it's like a
Even
managing
same
somehow.
in
It's
New
like,
York also. It's
yeah.
completely same, yeah. So, Harish sir, can you also introduce about little bit about Ireland and UK, like what is the procedure for PhD, which exam students need, and what are the deadlines for
Okay.
masters as well as a PhD? Yeah.
Okay. So I will start with the PhD, and especially in the European Union, considering Ireland and other countries and the UK, they work in a similar fashion. And the exams, they really don't need GRE, only IELTS is fine, and that too a score of 6.5. I haven't seen anywhere more than that about the IELTS.
Mm.
Now coming to
Okay.
uh the time they accept applications round the year. Recently, one of my friends just joined in July. That is not
Mm.
starting of any of the trimester. So they accept it all round the year. And the point
Mm.
is, we need to look for the advertisements over the portals. One of the very famous portal is findaphd.com. I see a lot
Okay.
of advertisements there, especially UK and the European Union. So just have to
Mm.
keep on looking the advertisements over those portals and then apply accordingly. They would have mentioned the deadlines there.
Mm. Okay.
And about the masters, so a lot of students are joining masters, especially in Ireland these days. I think it's because of the English speaking, and there is a strain right now between the Canadian countries, the Canada, and that's the reason why. So for masters, you would have to approach the university and with some documents. You have to apply in the university portal, but it's not a difficult thing.
Mm. Okay, so University College of Dublin, I think where you are doing your PhD,
Yes.
in a lot of students' mind, it is like very highly ranked university. So students generally think it's very difficult to do PhD over there. How's your experience right now? Is it very difficult to do PhD or is it okay like Indian universities only?
No, no, it's like the best part I like about here is the life, I mean professional and personal life balance. It's really good
Mm.
here. And if you
Okay.
want to sometimes work from home also, that's been
Mm.
possible, but you have to have agreement with your supervisor. So
Mm.
I would say it is not hectic, and they would like to have you some coursework, which is
Mm.
not at all hectic. If I
Mm.
look back to my master's degrees coursework, it was crazy difficult than what they have it here. It is really easy here. So it's I mean it is smooth. You just have to focus on the research. That's the major part. And the day I joined, the same day I started my research. I don't have to
Mm.
wait for any coursework or something for a year or two. The
Mm.
day I joined, I started my research.
Okay, great. Now I will come to Saurabh. I'll introduce Saurabh quickly with the students. So Saurabh sir, right now he is in Singapore. Saurabh sir, can you tell little bit about yourself, your experience in Singapore, and little bit like what exams do students need if they want to come to Singapore, and what are the deadlines? I think you're on mute.
Hi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi.
Now you can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Hi, Rahul sir. Yeah, currently I'm doing my PhD in NTU Singapore, and then I have been here for the last 2 years, more than that almost. And it's like Singapore is a very good place to be. So on that perspective, people should look for this. And talking about the universities, I think there are few universities, but mostly Singapore is known for two universities. One is the NUS, other than the NTU. And about PhD applications, there are actually two intakes. One is the January intake, other is the August intake. For January intake, the application deadline is 31st of July, and then for August intake, it's like 1st of January. Yeah, 1st January.
Okay.
And then actually before NUS and NTU used to take GATE scores also, but I think now they are actually not accepting GATE scores. Rather, they want GRE. And then for few of the schools, basically, the department is known as schools here. So for few of the schools, the minimum score is around 320. So that's something on the higher side. And then NUS has stopped actually. They are not accepting GATE scores. They are only accepting GRE scores. And NTU in some of the departments, they are still accepting the GATE scores. So I think until this August intake, they will be accepting. After that, they will stop. So yeah, those who are looking to get admission in the next August intake, they can apply using their GATE scores. Otherwise, they will have to submit their GRE scores. And
So
the
how
minimum,
much GRE
sorry,
score is how much GRE score is required? One student was asking me a few days back.
actually it's 320 in some of the schools. So actually it's in the higher side. So yeah, that's one thing. Okay, you need to have at least 320, and then about you need to submit either TOEFL or IELTS. For IELTS, there should be minimum of 6.5 overall, and then 6 in all of them. That's for the IELTS score. And about master students, they generally don't need these GATE, GRE, or IELTS. Rather, you can directly apply. And the intake is only once a year. It's just the August intake. So for that, the application deadlines are March, 31st of March. So until
Okay.
March, you can apply for that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think that's all.
Yes, I have one question. So
Mm-hmm.
regarding GRE, if some student has very good profile, like he has publication during the masters, but only bad part in his profile is GRE score. Let us say he got 310 or 38 GRE score. So is there any chances like my profile will get compensated from other things, or it is not possible if you don't have 320 GRE score?
Actually, if you like, normally before application, you'll have to contact the professor, and then only he or she gives you a green signal, then only you should proceed forward. So if you have a very good profile and the professor is definitely like he's very determined that okay, he or she is gonna take you. In that case, they can talk to the school and then or like somehow overlook that criteria. But yeah, for that the professor should be very keen to take you. So that's one of the things.
Hmm.
Otherwise,
Okay.
you can't do that. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, I'm getting some question in the chat box, but I'll come to the questions later on because I need to introduce Nikita also. So, hi Nikita, welcome to YourPedia. I want to tell everyone Nikita has her own YouTube channel. You can follow that as well. She is putting a lot of, I think, important information over there. But Nikita, yes, tell us about US, like what are the exams required, how difficult it is. Many students right now they are stuck because they don't have GRE score. Is it possible whether they can start now and write GRE, or is it possible without GRE in USA?
Um, Hi, Rahul sir. So about the question, in USA, like GRE is required, but it's not like in some universities it's compulsory to have GRE scores, but in some universities we don't need to give GRE scores. But IELTS is something that is like it's compulsory. So the minimum score for IELTS is like 6.5 or 7. It depends on university. Like it varies from university to university, and same with the GRE scores.
Okay. Yeah, so I think with IELTS and TOEFL, it depends which type of scholarship you are getting. If you are getting TA-ship in USA, sometimes they required 100 in TOEFL score and 7 in IELTS. Otherwise, for
Mhm.
admission, I think it's 6 or 6.5 in most of the universities. But still, there are many universities in USA where GRE is not required. It's waived off. If you want list, you can always contact your PD executive. So they will give you the list where GRE is not required for the coming fall semester. Hmm. And
Yeah, about
yeah.
the TAs one, like for example, in my university, 6.5 was the minimum score for the IELTS. But like if I am going to be a TA, then I have to go through some training before joining that. So it is based on like something about the English speaking side one. So
Okay.
that is something that either you have scored like 8 in your IELTS or 9 even, but still you have to go through a training for the English speaking. So
Okay. Okay, so yeah, Nikita, thank you. I got some questions from different students on different platforms. So first question is from LinkedIn. It's from Manjeet Chaudhary. So could you please let us know about the funded short-term visiting scholarship for PhD student? Uh, Generally, I think it is the ties between your university and the host university where you can go for the exchange program. Yes, if you're from IITs and all, there are some ties, some exchange program is there. You can always check that. Other thing is for Germany and all, you can check on the Dart portal if some scholarship is available for the exchange program. They keep on advertising the exchange program, so you can always check that. There are scholarship, but it's very university specific. There is no general answer for that, but yes, still there are scholarships available. One question from YouTube. Willing to get, this is from Abhinay Yadav. Willing to get admission for masters in data science and AI ML in European countries. CGPA 8.5, BTech, no publication till now, working in IIT as STE role. So Harish sir, can you tell Abhinay is asking what are the opportunities in AI and ML in Europe? Can you tell is there any
Yeah.
different departments for AI and ML nowadays, or they have to apply in computer science?
Yeah. So I would give the answer to this question like this. So one way is that if you are sticking around only the domain, the core domain, like the machine learning and the artificial intelligence, you can do research on that. And believe me, especially in Ireland, I see there are a lot of researchers here. And on top of that, I see departments collaborating in that domain. For example, civil engineering currently is collaborating with computer science engineering, and they are, together they are planning to do something including the machine learning and things. So if you have some other domain also, it becomes really easy to target that domain. And believe me, there are loads of opportunities in this particular domain in the Europe as well.
Yes. Yeah, so that's my advice also, because machine learning AI is very hot topic nowadays. But I think if you are from a particular department, let us say me, I'm from mechanical engineering. Uh, So try to find projects which are from mechanical engineering, but they are using ML and AI. So it is like very niche domain. If you have expertise in mechanical plus AI, a machine learning thing, so your value is very high in the job market. So don't go particular about machine learning, data science. In computer science, I would say rather you will try to find something in your department, some professor who's using machine learning and AI. Okay. So, next question, I think for Saurav sir. Sir, I'm looking PhD admission in NTU. So, Saurav sir, can you brief them what is a good time to send emails and whether to take chance in NTU or not? So, can you tell them how to proceed with NTU PhD admissions? So, this is question from Varun again, Varun Kashyap on YouTube. Yeah.
Okay, so on this, I would say before applying to the on the portal, you should definitely contact the professors. And then since the deadline is, let's suppose for August intake, the deadline is around 31st January. So be ready with everything, all your documents, all your recommendation letter, and then a professor's approval, everything at least by the end of December. So for that process to take the approval and then talk to the professor, that takes a lot of time. So that will take like around 2 months or something. So I think we are again on the later side, like be a bit late. So you should start contacting the professors if you want to if you want to apply for the August intake first. And second, the best thing is that NTU hasn't waived off the GRE criteria yet. Sorry, GATE criteria yet. So they are still accepting the GATE scores. So if you don't have the GRE scores, you have the GATE scores, you can apply based on that. And then NTU actually they actually say that if you don't have the IELTS score and then you have a certificate from your college stating that all the medium of your education was English, then you don't need to appear for IELTS examination. So that's one thing. And then yeah, submit it before deadline.
Okay. I think I have another question from Sankalp. So he's saying like how to know one is fit for PhD. I think I can answer this one, but everybody has different explanation for that. PhD in India and PhDs abroad is very different thing. In India, sometimes you don't have any other option. You join PhD courses, and there are students who are not taking PhD very seriously in India. But in abroad, if you're going for PhD, you have to take it very seriously. I think you can ask any of them. Everyone has like PhD on his priority list. This is the first priority for all of us. Rest all of the things are secondary. Uh, we don't prepare for government exam along with PhDs, which I think in most of the students are doing that. But yeah, how to uh, how to think whether you are for PhD or not. If I have to tell from my experience, I was working before joining the PhD. After some times, I feel like very bored in my work. In Caterpillar, I was working in Caterpillar because it is repetitive, and I always want to know like how things work. So if you have this kind of temperament, don't think twice. Go for PhD. Scholarships are very, very high, and yeah, like you will change the career path. It's really good opportunity if you do PhD. One question I'll take from Zoom. Please tell about MS in KTH Sweden in physics field and with KTH Indian scholarship. I'm currently in pre-final year at IIT Guwahati. So I think Nikita, you did MSc, and I believe like it is same everywhere in US and Europe. So have you tried, Nikita, in Europe as well after your MSc in chemistry? So I think it's same for the physics as well.
Yeah, I tried in Europe, like
Mhm.
I tried to apply for the PhD positions via Find a PhD website, but I couldn't get any uh, like I couldn't get any offers from there.
Mhm.
So that's why I switched to USA. I tried it for like about 1 year, trying to find a PhD position and get an offer from Europe, European countries or some
Mhm.
Australia and everything else. I tried everything, but at last I got offer from USA.
Mhm. And I think Karthik is also trying for MS. So, according to me, getting admission in MS is very, very easy compared to PhD. In Europe, especially getting a PhD is a bit difficult because
Yeah.
you must have some prior experience in that particular domain. So, Karthik, like we have special mentors for this thing like MS admission. So Ankit sir is there. You can just contact our executive. She will connect you with Ankit sir, and he will give you like insight in this MS program how to apply. But chances are always there. Like if you want to go to particular university, KTH Sweden, then yes, chances are there. It depends on your profile. In your profile, if you have internship, if you have good CGPA, I think you can go there. Okay. Yes, from Akram again, Nikita, question for you. Do we need to apply for scholarship separately in USA, or once admitted into your USA means scholarship will be guaranteed? So this is question from Akram Hussain. So how you got your scholarship, Nikita?
Actually, in USA, I guess like if you are admitted in a PhD program, then it's like guaranteed that you will get a scholarship whether you have to like work as a TA or RA in any lab, but it's obvious that you will get a scholarship. But if you are applying for MS programs, then I guess you have to apply for scholarships. I'm not sure about the MS programs, but I'm sure about the PhD ones, that if you get an admit in PhD program, then you will get a scholarship.
Hmm. Okay, so I want to add something in that. In USA, how it happens, if you apply to some university, there are two ways in which you can get scholarship. One is from the university, other one is from the professor. If your profile is very competitive, university will give you scholarship for 1 year and will give you choice, like you can choose any of the professor in the department. So this is one way, but you need a very, very good profile for that. Other ways, like you can send email to the professor. If he has funding, he will start giving you scholarship from the very beginning. In both the case, you don't have to apply anything extra. It will come with the PhD offer. For masters, it is different. Maybe sometimes you will not get scholarship for the very first semester, but from the second semester, you can go to the university. You can ask different professors. They will help you in getting TA ship, or sometimes you will get scholarship from the department. So that is a different thing for masters. Uh, okay, let me. Okay. Also in USA, since admission is through the department, so is it necessary to email professors beforehand? So again, Nikita, this is a question from Akram. Uh, how important is to send emails to the professor? According to me, it is very, very important, but can you tell
Yeah.
about your experience?
Yeah, I guess it is very important to send emails to professors, even though, like in some universities, it is said that you don't have to email any professors, you just have to apply through the portal. But I guess in that situation as well, you should apply, like email the professors. Chances are that the professor you are emailing, he or she might be in the like admission committee, and if he or she likes your profile, then your chances are high to get admission. So I guess it's very important to email the professors.
Yes. So this is again my suggestion also. In USA, every university you have to pay some application fee, like 3 to 5 thousand. Every university you have to pay. You can always apply directly, but chances are 50-50. But if you send emails to the professor, they will tell you informally before actually your application, and they'll tell you like, okay, you can go ahead and apply. I will take your application into consideration. It means he's giving you a little bit hint, like he's going to select you. So as per me, uh, emails are very, very important. I'll come to Haresh sir. Haresh sir, what is the role of emails in Europe? Sometimes I heard from student it is not necessary, but what was your experience?
No, in my opinion, it is really, really important. So in Europe, what happens is that they work very independently and they advertise. They hire. They're like your boss who would hire you on the basis of advertisements, and then they will pay you. So reaching out to professors is really, really important than reaching out to universities. It's very, very crucial actually. The first thing is that they get loads of responses, emails every now and then they go through the profiles, and whichever they think they are interested, or the profiles that intrigued them, they just separate it out, and then they tell that, okay, like you said, there is a little hint that we might get you. So that's how it's really, really important, especially in Europe. You just need to send emails as much as you can and just wait for the reply. Sometimes they will reply after a long time. They just keep the emails ready with them in a certain file, and then they look back again. So don't get disheartened. They might reach you back after 2 months even.
Correct. I also experienced this thing. So I sent email to one professor. He told me after 2 months, like, I saved your email in one folder. Now I got the funding. I selected your profile. So are you applying to this particular university? So this is the insight from the mentors who are already doing PhD over there. Emails are very, very important. According to me, it is like, I will put it like on the top of the list. Very important thing. You have to send emails. before applying, after applying, once you got the reply, be in contact with the professor, send some open-ended questions so that he has to reply, you have to reply, something like that. So ultimately, what will happen? They will remember your name, and when you actually apply among 100 students, it will separate out your profile. Okay, so somebody is asking, okay, this is interesting question. So who is getting the highest scholarship among us? So I think they are very interested in getting how much scholarships you are getting. So I'm getting 3,000 US dollar per month. What about you, Nikita?
I'm getting 2,300 US dollars per
So
month.
yes, in
Yeah, it
US it
depends.
depends on city to city.
Yeah,
If you're getting 2,000, your expenditure is very less, but my expenditure is very, very high. So saving
yeah.
is almost same. So what about Hare sir in Europe?
Oh, there is a good news from me. So anyone who is targeting Ireland, recently within like 2 weeks, there has been an increase in the stipend, about 250 euro per month.
Okay.
So which is a good news. But if you consider that, it's 1,833 for me right now, euro per month.
Okay.
That's a
Okay.
good
Conversion
amount.
rate is different. So keep in mind, like dollars and euros conversion rate is different. So,
Yeah.
Saurav sir, like what's in Singapore? How is it in Singapore?
Singapore is like currently I'm getting to 2,700, but 2,700 SGD, Singaporean dollar. And
Okay.
it's like there are two terms basically. One is before QE and after QE. So before QE, students used to get 2,200, and after QE, they get 2,700.
Hmm.
That's Singaporean dollar.
I'm not going to ask Sanyam sir because Sanyam sir is getting the highest among us, so he's the richest PhD student. In Norway, scholarship is like I think he was telling me 3 or 4 lakh per month, something like that. He's getting per month Indian rupees. I'm telling. Okay, coming back to technical questions again. Uh, so yeah, mostly students are saying like now they are preparing for GATE exam and they are very interested in NTU Singapore for next year. So I think you told for masters deadline is March, right?
Yeah, 31st March.
Hmm. So, if okay, many students are telling their department like I'm from an environmental science. So Sankalp is saying I'm from environmental science department. Still, they accept GATE score or they have to write
For
GRE.
ASC, there is a school, Asian School of Environment. So ASC is still accepting the GATE scores. So
Okay. So
yeah,
if they're accepting the GATE score, your percentile should be above 90, but
above 90 percentile.
this is on paper, I think. Actually, what a percentile you need.
I think actually it's just a qualifying criteria. So mostly they don't care about this. If like see these quality criteria, this is the school which they want to verify if the student has cleared all these minimum criteria or not. And then mostly it depends on the professor. Like, is the professor willing to take you? And then for that you need to have a very good research background and research proposal. So all those things matters.
Okay, I
So
see.
this is just like even if in like let's suppose they want a 6.5 minimum IELTS score and you have 6.5, they will take you. Like they will just have to
Hmm.
like pass or fail. It's like that. So that doesn't
Okay,
matter much.
I see. Okay, next question from Mohammed Tafiq Alam. I think this is very good question. So I have completed my MTech in earthquake engineering from Jamia Millia, but I don't have any published paper. Is any chance in US and Europe suitable for me? Please guide everyone. Okay, so without publication, Nikita, did you have publication when you were applying?
Yeah, I had one publication that was a review article when I applied.
Okay.
But even if you don't have any publication, you can apply. Like most of the students that are in my batch that came for the
Hmm.
PhD now, so most of them didn't have any kind of publication. So it's okay if you don't have any publication, you still can apply. Your chances are still like you can get a PhD position.
Hmm. Okay. What, Harish, what about Europe?
Yeah, so talking about Europe, I personally did not have any publication when I joined, and all of my friends who have joined along with me on the same project, they did not have any publication until they joined. So
But people
it
got the
isn't a
answer.
criteria.
Yes.
It isn't a criteria. They just see that what you have done in the past and whether you have the capability to further your studies in this particular domain. They just want to check that, and then if they're assured that you are a good student and you are motivated and you could do this, then there you go, you get the selection. There is nothing like publication. So without it, you can get. There are plenty of examples I see around who have got PhD positions without publications. Not even a single conference paper, nothing.
Hmm. So I think this answers the question. I'll ask Saurabh also. So Saurabh sir, what about you? Have you had any publication at that time when you applied?
No, I didn't have any publications like when I
So you got
applied.
two examples without publication
Yeah,
in very good
yeah.
university. Okay. Okay, so let me summarize this thing. I think publications are not mandatory, but how you make your CV, how you make your SOP has very great impact basically in this one. Uh, so CV is a very, very important document. They always check your MTech project, what project you have, and if if that project is matching with their research group work, then they will hire you without any publication. So publications are not mandatory, but still, if you have, you can uh, get an edge over the other students. So next question from Princey. I'm looking for a PhD in USA and Ireland, but I don't have a publication and IELTS score. So what are the chances of getting? Princey, without publication, it is possible, but without IELTS score, I think it is difficult. Uh, there are some universities which will give you admit in Europe. I will ask Haresh sir also. So Haresh sir, without IELTS exam, is it possible in Europe to get admission?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question actually. It actually happened with me. I did not have any IELTS score, but I got admission. I was an enrolled student in my current university even before submitting the IELTS score. They didn't even ask me. All my masters, my bachelors were in English, and I just produced a piece of evidence that it was the examination and the delivery of lectures was on English. That was written somewhere, and that was more than enough. But the thing is that sometimes the visa procedures, they don't approve. They don't care about what the university rules are. So eventually there is a very high chance that you would have to go for IELTS. So it is really recommended for you to have a IELTS score, not to take the chances.
Hmm.
But
Yes,
there are
so
instances that they could just not
hmm.
bother about whether you have a IELTS score or not.
Yes, I know in USA some students get admission without IELTS and without GRE exams as well. But my recommendation is sometimes you got stuck in the visa if you don't have this score. So at least write one exam, IELTS. It's a very, very easy exam. 15 days are more than sufficient. Some students have problem in speaking, but believe me, we also had problem when we tried for this US admission and European admission, but it's not very difficult. Everybody faced that. Everybody is in that particular situation. But if you practice, 15 to 20 days are more than sufficient. Uh, okay. So yes, should I focus on domain specific countries, domain specific university, or any good university is fine? So yes, I think this is again very important question. What is the role of ranking of the university? So Nikita, I'll start from you. Do you think like in USA there is any role of ranking while getting the good career, while getting the good jobs?
Um, I think it doesn't matter if your university is in like good ranking or not. Like it matters if you are doing your PhD from any Ivy League college, but if you are not in any Ivy League universities, then it doesn't matter what ranking is in
Hmm.
your university.
Hmm. Okay. Yes. In US, I can tell one thing. for PhD, ranking doesn't matter. Reputation of your professor matters a lot. So if your professor is reputed in that particular research area, you will get advantages when you got passed out your PhD. You graduated from PhD, you'll get postdoctorate easily, you'll get jobs easily, you'll get internships easily if your professor has good reputation. For masters, I would say in US there are specific regions. For example, if you are from mechanical engineering, go to states like Michigan, go to states like California, Texas, where a lot of industries are there. So what is the advantage? Advantage is like you will get internship opportunities very easily. So this is for masters people where geographical locations matter a lot. For PhD, I think like if you're going to Ivy League, obviously it is good, but if you're not going to Ivy League, I think your professor's reputations matter a lot. Haresh sir, what about Europe? And then I'll come to Saurabh sir.
Yeah, so I have a different look to this question actually. So the thing is that how we will look forward to our career in terms of long-term goal. So some people what they see is that if they want to do a PhD abroad or maybe postdocs for a few years and then come back to India and then be professor, okay, in some of the maybe IITs, NITs, or any reputed universities like state universities. And the other part is that the people who would like to be indulged in with industries, or maybe they also look forward to settle in foreign countries. The first thing is that when you look back to India, I mean, complete your PhD and then postdoc, and then back to India, in that case, it is wise to consider the ranking of the universities, because I have a couple of friends here. They're really struggling to go back to India to be a professor, especially in IITs and NITs, because they have a strict rule. If you don't have a 500 below ranking university where you have done your postdoc from, then there is very not good chance. And then if you have done your PhD in let's say NIT Raulkela, and you are applying to IIT Bhubaneswar, they would check their ranking. And then if the PhD ranking is low, they would just discard. I have seen this. So just be careful on that part. But if you are settling abroad, doesn't matter. They just look your skills. That is all. It doesn't matter which university you are in. It's just that what you gain from the PhD and the postdoc, then you are good to go.
Okay. So I think NTU and NUS Singapore is very, very highly reputed universities. But Saurabh sir, like what are the chances if somebody is not from NTU and NUS Singapore, but from some other university in Singapore? So what career options do they have in Singapore, first of all? Like what career options they have after PhD?
One more, like, see, one the very easy option for a PhD graduate is to join a postdoc. So again, postdoc is again a work experience. So for postdoc, I think you can join any industry here also. There are some industries which provide like jobs after PhDs, or else just join any research group. That's like a very safe place to work at. And then yeah, again, like if you want to go back to India, it's like a pretty easy deal. But again, in India, there is one thing that is more checked at the recruitment is like what actually, like, it's a very specific kind of a work basically. Like now the recruitment is India on the work basis. Like, okay, we want to work on composite. So if someone is their PhD or their work postdoc experience in a composite, we'll hire them. So I think in that regard, it doesn't matter where you have done your PhD from. Rather, it matters like what is your research topic, and then what actually are they looking for. So there, the ranking I think doesn't matters. And then yeah, opportunities. Yeah, there are a lot of hell lot of opportunities in Singapore, in fact, after your PhD. Yeah, it's a safe
Yes,
option.
so yes, PhD project is very, very important. This is my experience
Yep.
also because it will go with you throughout your career. Once you started one domain, it will go with you throughout your career. So select your PhD project very carefully, and job opportunities will come according to that, what you have done in your PhD. PhD is not only about research. I think everybody agrees. It's about making contacts in research community, go to conferences, present your papers very well, making very good presentations. So PhD is more than research only. Okay, so next question from Ajita. I think it is Nikita for you. She's saying, is it very difficult to get admission in chemistry for PhD? She's talking about New Zealand, but I will ask you for overall throughout the world, like where it is easiest to get PhD admissions if you are in chemistry background.
Um, I think you should apply for USA if you are interested in a PhD position in chemistry. Because for me, like I tried for about 1 year in European countries and Australia and New Zealand. I tried everywhere, but it is like it's not easy to get PhD position elsewhere than USA. It is easy to get an offer in USA, but you have to maintain a very good like CV and your profile should be good. So I guess it's
Okay.
easy if you apply in USA.
Okay. So USA is easy, and I think other countries, Europe and all, they want some background from your side because understand the
Mhm.
concept PhDs of 3 years over there. So they will not hire anyone. Like they will hire only those students who have prior experience. So once you have prior experience, you start directly. You have to start the project. Once you go there directly, you have to start. So it is I think easier to get admission in US, Canada, and Singapore than European and Australia and New Zealand, basically these countries, because there you have to start directly.
Yeah,
Okay.
in USA, like we have to wait for about 1 semester or 2 semesters before we start our research work. Like right now, it's been like only 3 months for me, but I have to wait like till January to start my research. I have just got my supervisor, so
Mhm. Yes. Okay. Next question. Whether before joining any PhD, whether there is any interview and not or not. I think USA for every PhD interview is there. You have to interact once with the professor. It is 30-minute Zoom interaction. Sometimes it's very, I think, technical interview. But for me, my experience is I never had technical interview. In the one interview I remember, like professor was only interested where I am from India. So he opened the Google map. He asked me like, okay, where you are living. He's from China. I told him like I'm from Punjab. So he asked a lot of questions. What's happened in Kashmir? What's happened in this Himalayas? Where this Dalai Lama is living? These type of questions he asked me. So whole interviews like that. I think he just want to check my overall personality and wants to check my communication skills. That's it. So if you're getting interview call, I think you're very close to the final selection in USA. But in Europe and all, technical interviews there. So Harish, how was your interview? Like what questions they asked?
Yeah. So I was kind of ready with the presentation and all, but they didn't ask me. Just they said hi, and then they went on with technical questions, and also some of the uh, questions like why did you choose a PhD and all these collateral questions they have asked. I think it actually depends on the professor. Yeah, as Rahul sir said, I know for a certain reason that they shortlist only 5 to 6 candidates or maximum 10 candidates for the interview process. They don't do more than that because they don't have that much of time. Okay, so they might have shortlisted hundreds of applications, but they only shortlist up to 10 of the candidates for interview. Okay, so if you are called for an interview, there is very high chance that you're going to get selected. Very, very high chance. So just be on with it, and then it would be done.
Yes.
Sometimes it's technical, and sometimes it's like, for me, it was 50-50 technical and then other questions as well.
Okay, I got very interesting question on YouTube from Puneet Sharma. So he's saying, sir, जैक चलता है क्या PhD में? तो पुनीत, बिल्कुल चलता है जैक। यहाँ आने से पहले लगता था कि नहीं चलता है, बट आफ्टर कमिंग हियर जैक चलता है। If I see like professor used to ask their PhD student, if you know anyone good candidates, recommend us. तो वहां पे जैक चलता है। अगर आपके रिसर्च ग्रुप में कोई पर्सन जानता है So if he's recommending you, obviously professor will give you more weightage. So best way to utilize a jack is what you have to do, you have to check the professor's profile, check his research group. If you find any Indian student, just message him on the LinkedIn. Sometimes, if you are capable, you will establish some contact with the student, and then they recommend student to their professor. I used to do that. I recommend many students to my professor. So, what's my role? I will push that student to interview part, then interviews on you. If you perform well in interview, then professors will hire you. So different type of jack chalta hai, but jack is like human reality. Everywhere it will work. Next question from Vibha is how much time we need to prepare for GRE and GMAT. So GMAT, I don't know. GRE, 2 months, 2 months preparation you need for GRE. But those 2 months can be 6 months, can be 1 year, but it depends on you how you prepare. For GRE and GMAT, questions have some particular strategy. Okay, every question has some tricks inside that. You have to understand for the very first or first month, you have to understand the tricks. If you understand the tricks for the 1 month, and 1 month if you self study, you will easily get 320 GRE score. So that is my experience. If you don't understand the tricks but you keep on doing more and more question, I think it will not work. Sometimes it will take 6 months, 8 months, 1 year also, but otherwise these exams are basically 2 months exam. Okay, for next question, Samita. Last question, I think this will we will take from the YouTube before winding up the session. For masters in bioinformatics and biotechnology related subject, which country is good for scholarship? What is the criteria? Currently doing BTech Biotech third year, maintaining CGPA of 9. CGPA is very important criteria. I think for master students, they generally select you on the basis of CGPA. Which country is best? I don't have any answer. Every country is good. If you ask Harish, he will say Ireland is best. If you ask me and Nikita, will say USA is best. And similarly for Saurav and Sanyam. Norway is like really very beautiful country. Uh, but yeah, according to opportunity wise, I would always say like look at the bigger picture. If you want to stay in that particular country, I suggest go to English speaking countries because it is very easy for you and very easy for your family later on if they want to stay over there. For example, if you're going to Germany, you have planned to stay there forever. It might be difficult for your family to stay over there because language barrier is always there. But English speaking countries are always good. Every country is good. Opportunities are there. It depends on you, like how you explore the opportunities. Bioinformatics, biotechnology, it's not like that. You have to shortlist a country. You need to do other things also, basically to find good universities. So you can contact YourPedia mentors. We have personal session every Sunday, so you can attend that where we basically tell you on the basis of your profile. Okay, okay. I have done MCA having 3 years. Okay. Any good, so last good question I am just getting. Okay, I think everyone has a particular question on the basis of their profile. So I think Harish sir and Saurabh sir, Nikita ma'am, we will wind up this session. I want just one message for the students because particularly for USA, they have only 2 months now. Two, not two, like 1.5 months. 15 December is the deadline. So how they should prepare in the very last. So Nikita, I'll start from you. USA last 1.5 months, what they should do now.
They should email professors. They should email like जितना हो सकता है ना उतने ज्यादा emails कर दो इस time में. And then also like try to apply to other universities as well. Apply to like 6 to 7 universities. That's enough.
Yeah.
So that's it. And don't lose hope. You will get an admission.
So yes, emailing is very, very important for USA if you're targeting. This last 1.5 months is only for emailing. Send lot of emails. Make a very generic email, not very specific email to a particular professor. Make very generic. Let them decide make good documents. Like CV is very, very important. So if you have good CV means like formatting should be proper, information should be there. Don't just mention the project name, just mention what you did in that particular project. So if you send email to the professor, I'm very sure at this point professors are also in search of student, and they always like Indian and Chinese student because we are very hardworking. So send a lot of emails. I'm very hopeful you will get replies from the professor. Hare sir, I think Europe, like throughout the year, admissions are going on, but what's your suggestion?
Yeah. So it's like it is no rocket science. We got it. So keep on trying and you will get it. Eventually, the point is that you should keep on looking at the portals on regular basis. Just keep on looking at the advertisements and mark the deadline. Just mark the deadline and then send your emails as much as possible before the deadline, and then just wait for the reply. Don't get disheartened if you don't get the reply. Eventually you will get one. You don't need 10 replies out of 100 emails. You just need one, and the right one. Okay, so that's why we just are looking for the single one, right one. So that's why my suggestions would be just keep on looking for the advertisements, especially when you are targeting Europe and the UK, and then send emails as much as it is possible. That's the only trick. Having said that, be careful on your documents, as Rahul sir mentioned, and especially talking about UK and the Europe cover letter. It is a very, very crucial document. They really care about that document, cover letter. So you be better careful about that. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you. And Saurav sir, any last message from your side for NTU and US Singapore? I think you are on mute, Saurav sir. You have to unmute.
Sorry. Yeah. Again, I would say what others stated, like contact the professor. That's like the key. If you contact them at right time and if they reply you, that's the only thing that is required. Because if they replied you, then definitely your application will be shortlisted. But yeah, if they will not, then like even after submitting an application, the chances are very less. So yeah, the key is to email the professors, and then again, don't get disheartened when you are applying, emailing professors and they're not replying you, because that's like out to happen. You will send 100 replies and you will get like only one or two replies on them. So yeah, that's the
Correct.
thing.
So my ratio is when I was applying, I sent 650 around emails and I got 7 replies only. But that time was very difficult. It was COVID time. Uh, don't lose hope. You will get replies. At this time, mostly students will get reply. Somebody is asking in YouTube, like, what is Ivy League? IB League. It is Ivy League. Ivy League is colleges like MIT, Stanford, these type of colleges, big name, top 20 universities in the world. That is called Ivy League in USA. You can search about that. That is IVY League. Okay, so in USA, two type of universities. If basically you are targeting top 20 university, let us say you are from IIT, profile is very good, you have publication, you want to go to top 20 universities in basically USA or in the world, where documents play a very, very important role. You have to make a very good CV, very good document, very good SOP. That matters a lot. And in Ivy League colleges, you can directly apply also without emailing the professor, because you will not get replies from the professor. Those professors are very, very busy. Okay, they got thousands of emails from all over the world. There you have to directly apply. In USA, I'm talking about. But if you go beyond 20 universities, then if you send email to the professor, you will get replies, and professors will assure your admission before actually applying. That is a very good way to apply. So for example, Purdue, for example, Penn State, for example, Rutgers, Texas Tech, any university, if you send uh, emails to the professor, you will get replies. In universities like NTU and US Singapore, if you are going for PhD, emailing are very, very important. If you don't send email, even if your profile is good, sometimes professor will not entertain. Coming to Europe, Europe has some open positions also. If you are applying directly to some open position through some portal, then also according to Harish sir, you should email the professor. This will give you an edge, and they will start remembering your name. So emailing is very important. For emailing, you need CV. CV is very important document. In Europe, you need cover letter as well. In USA, only CV will work. So this is how you have to email. I send every one of you send lot of emails. If you have any sort of doubt whether I'll get this admission or not, send email. That is very good thing. If you don't have GRE score at this moment, again send email. If professor is replying you back, request him like you don't have GRE but you have good profile. They will talk to the graduate committee and get waiver for you. So this is again what is happening. If this is like very generic session because a lot of students are from different department. If you want to talk specifically about your profiles and all, you can always contact our executive. For master student we have separate free session every Sunday. For PhD student also we have separate free session. So you can join that session. We generally take 10 to 12 student in one session and we talk in very much depth, like what is your profile, where you have chances, and that is free of cost. So you have to basically you have to send the request to our executive, so it keeps on going every week. You can visit our website yourpediaglobal.com. There also you can contact our executive. And yes, I think that's it. So for all the mentors, there is one message from Dr. Vijender. He's saying like he's very happy to see his students in every part of the world. So I also believe like it is very good thing for students also. They will get a lot of information. So thank you, Harish. Thank you, Nikita. Thank you, Saurav sir and Sanam sir. Thank you so much for joining this session. Hope you will basically help your juniors, because Nikita ma'am was also student at this time last year, I think, right, Nikita?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So Harish sir was also student here in YourPedia, and I want to create one family of YourPedia Global where everybody is connected. Because from this batch, I'm very sure students will go again to the different universities. Yes, Saurabh, you want to say something?
No, I don't want to say something.
Okay. Yes. So thank you, everyone. Great talking to you. Great talking to the mentors. I think this is informative for you. Thank you so much for joining. Have a nice weekend,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye-bye. Good night.
And I think very interesting match is going on between Pakistan and New Zealand. Let's watch that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Bye, everyone.